Hello! We are going to start looking at computer hardware and software. How do they work together, and how can you tell what one is and what isn't? If we take a look at the next slide, you will notice that this is all hardware. Hardware is something that's physical, that can be touched, held, looked at, and you can see there is a camera, there is a whole laptop. Right next to the laptop, between the laptop and the monitor, is a tower, and that is actually the case that you look at. Inside the case houses the central processing units, fans, sound cards, CPUs, all the internal makings that make a computer work. The monitor is here. You have a disk drive. These are all physical things that you can touch. You have a router, you have a printer. These are all things that are necessary for a computer that make the computer work. You have the electric cord that attaches. You have the cords that help attach the chargers. I see earbuds in the lower right corner. So these are the physical things you can touch on a computer. You can look at it. You can see them. Right there's a DVD even in there. Hardware are physical items. Now, if we want to talk about software, software are things we use every day, but we can't really reach out and touch them. For instance, the Windows operating system, that's what starts your computer up and communicates with your software and lets you use it. It lets you interact. Google, when you go to Google and do a search, there is nothing there physically that you can touch. You electronically send it a message by putting in letters, and it looks for what you want and displays it. But you have never held a Google in your hand. I see the clouds in there. I see PayPal. And we use Word, Excel, PowerPoint all the time. That is Microsoft's software, and you can buy the right to use their software, but they do not give you a physical item that you can hold and say, this is the software. They may send you a disk with the codes for all of these, but you have to put that disk in and load it on your computer. The software is what you put into your computer. You didn't see it. It just went. It's electronic coding. So if you take a look through here, you notice Amazon. You can sign on to Amazon, but you can't hold an Amazon in your hand. It is coding. It's a shopping site. The Amazon material is coding to let you do shopping on their site. It's electronic. It's nothing physical. So that is the difference between hardware and software. You use software all the time. When you play your games, you're using a set of instructions that says when you push this button, this happens. When you run to this area, this happens. That is your software making your game work. I see Android on here. Did I see Apple on here? Yes, Apple's on here. So all of these things are simply electronic signals or instructions so that when you work on a computer, which is hardware, you can get your task accomplished. So I am attaching to this assignment this article. This is a very good article. Again, it's by Computer Hope. They write it in such a way that if you read it, you can understand it. If you go to Computer Hope and you type in what are the differences between hardware and software, you'll see that you have some live links here. If you don't know what an internet browser is, you can click on that and it will tell you. And you have some good items here. It talks about the central processing unit, the hard drive. It talks about RAM. All of these things can be found. This is a very good article. It's not a very long article. I cut a lot of stuff out that you don't need. But I would like for you to read through this and have an idea of the difference between hardware and software. This sheet doesn't have very much on it, but it does have your information of things that you must have to function properly: keyboard, memory, motherboard, processor. It talks to you a little bit about these things. If you don't know what they are, go to the site and click on those links. They're very, very good. Your assignment for this time is this sheet right here. So what I want you to do is look at the first column. For instance, it says it's a keyboard. Is that hardware or software? Well, you use a keyboard, you can touch a keyboard, you can pick that keyboard up. So that would have to be a hardware. What does it do? It allows you to type electronic signals into the computer so it can be processed. So that is your explanation. So you have several things here. Some of them you may know what they are, some of them you don't. Please don't guess. If you don't know what they are, please go and look it up. Most of them, if you've had me before, will be very familiar. If you're familiar with a computer, you'll understand what most of these are. But mark each one either hardware or software, and what does it do. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me at rangle@western.k12.in.us. Have a good day.